Athletics here, talking about how you can bring steel clubs into your core training quick and easy. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you can keep in touch with us and watch all the wonderful things that steel clubs can do for you. Let's get started. So the biggest thing about steel clubs is their uneven weight distribution. You probably know this already, but some people that are just joining us might not be familiar. Like, why do you want to use these things? Well, as you can see, the majority of the weight of the club is going to be distributed over here. So not only is it top heavy, but it's long. So if you look at the dumbbell, for example, the dumbbell is relatively balanced, right? So it'll be a lot easier to control the dumbbell because there'll be more demands on your wrist stability and grip with a club. When you introduce a club into things that we're going to show you today, such as the asymmetrically loaded or off-balance carry, the demands on the shoulder and wrist and grip are much larger than if you would be to do a front rack kettlebell carry or even a front rack dumbbell carry. So starting off, you choose a way that's going to be reasonable for you and keep it away from this. You don't want to have any hits to the face because it can definitely happen to you. So before we actually let my hand rest here, one thing that I'm thinking about is taking my arm and pulling it with my lat. So I want to keep the shoulder over top of the elbow, but I don't want to bring it back here because I'm going to have some joints that aren't aligned. So I want to keep the shoulder and elbow stacked on top of each other. So I'm going to grab the club, tight grip, we're going to go over that in a second. Pull it in here so you feel your lats engaged, much like if you would be doing a one-arm dumbbell row or a one-arm cable row. Okay, so I'm going to grab the club, pull it in. When you're grabbing the club, any club, it doesn't matter what you're going to be doing in terms of carries, the grip on the club, put your hand over the club. Don't roll the club into your hand like this because the amount of contact the club will have with the palm will be different. So hand over the club like so. Wrap the fingers, wrap the thumb. We're really trying to focus on the pinky and the ring finger and how much control these two fingers are contributing to the grip. If these two fingers aren't contributing to the grip, it's going to affect your wrist stability and eventually your shoulder stability in this exercise. So we have the club like so, the wrist is neutral, so I'm trying not to be doing this, I'm trying not to be doing this. The wrist will stay straight, and it's also not extended. So this is how we start. Because it's top heavy, the amount that it's going to wobble back and forth if you just start, you're going to have a lot of challenge with it, right? So how do you stabilize the whole shoulder girdle? On this side, it's okay. Pulling in nice and tight. This hand, if it's unloaded, grab it, make a fist, help create as much tension in the system as possible. Reach down into your pocket here, like if you're going to be grabbing change, you're not actually in your pocket, but it's figuratively speaking. Pull it down like this. When you do this, you see the pec engage, so pec minor activates, low traps activate. So now you have tension across the whole shoulder girdle, which is going to contribute to allowing you to create tension in the core. So if it's an off-balance carry with no weight here, we just take it and we go for a walk. If you want to increase the demands of the exercise, you can grab a dumbbell. So a dumbbell will be in the suitcase position. This one will be in the rack position, which is what this position is called, and then we go for a walk. So this is 13 pounds and 40. You can pick the weight that you're going to be using. I've chosen one to be heavier here because it's going to want to pull me over to the side. So this side of my body is going to have to be working a lot harder to help stabilize the movement. So you can do this starting off, just stand in place and hold to get orientated. The next step would be to plan a distance that you're going to cover. So say you're going to walk for like the distance of a gym or turf, there and back. The next thing, if you're going to go for more of a conditioning element to it, you can do it for time. So here's one way that you can introduce a steel club into the carries. If you don't feel comfortable doing the mills or any sort of swing patterns, it's a great way to get familiar with it because now you're going to understand how the uneven weight distribution of the club is going to place demands on your core as well as your wrist stability. If you have any ideas or if you have any experience using the club with core training, put it down in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll speak to you soon.